There are things about your own mind that nobody ever taught you. Not in school. Not at home. Not anywhere. And yet these things are happening inside your brain every single day, shaping your decisions, your emotions, your relationships, your entire life. Today I'm going to show you 7 psychology facts that most people will never know. And once you hear them, you won't be able to unsee them. Let's start. Fact number 1. Your brain is not designed to make you happy. It's designed to keep you alive. This is the most important thing you will ever understand about yourself. Happiness is not your brain's priority. Survival is. This is why your brain constantly scans for threats, focuses on what's wrong, replays painful memories, and expects the worst. It's not pessimism. It's programming. For millions of years, the humans who survived were the ones who never relaxed. The ones who always assumed the predator was still out there. You are the descendant of the most anxious, most paranoid, most threat-focused humans in history. Congratulations. But here's what this means for your life right now. When you feel anxious for no reason, when you can't stop thinking about what could go wrong, when you wake up with a sense of dread on a perfectly fine morning, that is not a flaw. That is your ancient brain doing its job in a world it was never designed for. The moment you stop fighting your anxiety and start understanding it, everything changes. Fact number 2. You have 2 brains. And they disagree on almost everything. Not literally 2 separate brains, but 2 systems that process the world in completely different ways. Psychologist Daniel Kahneman called them System 1 and System 2. System 1 is fast, automatic, emotional, and operates below your conscious awareness. It makes 95% of your daily decisions in milliseconds. System 2 is slow, deliberate, logical, and exhausting to use. It's what you engage when you solve a complex problem or make a careful choice. Here's the problem. System 1, the fast, emotional one, is in charge most of the time. And it makes a staggering number of mistakes. It judges people in 0.1 seconds based on their face. It buys things you don't need because they're on sale. It avoids difficult conversations because discomfort feels like danger. System 2 knows better. But System 2 is lazy. It only activates when you force it to. The people who make the best decisions in life are not the smartest. They are the ones who have learned when to slow down and activate System 2 before acting. Next time you're about to make a decision you might regret, pause for 10 seconds. That pause alone is enough to hand control from System 1 to System 2. 10 seconds. That's all it takes to change a decision that could change your life. Fact number 3. The stories you tell yourself are more powerful than reality. Your brain does not experience reality directly. It experiences a story about reality. A narrative constructed from your memories, your fears, your expectations, and your beliefs. 2 people can live through the exact same event and come away with completely different experiences, because their brains told completely different stories about what happened. Psychologists call this cognitive reframing. And it is one of the most powerful tools in existence. Here's a simple example. You send a message to someone important. They don't reply for 2 days. Story A, they hate me. I did something wrong. I'm being ignored. Story B, they're probably busy. It has nothing to do with me. Both stories are possible. Neither is confirmed. But whichever story your brain chooses becomes your emotional reality. And here's the key insight. You can choose the story. Not always easily. Not always immediately. But with practice, you can train your brain to pause before accepting the first story it generates, and ask, is there another way to see this? That question alone has the power to completely transform your emotional life. Fact number 4. Your willpower is a limited resource, and most people waste it before noon. Willpower is not a personality trait. It is a biological resource, like muscle strength or blood sugar, that depletes with use. Psychologist Roy Baumeister proved this with a now famous experiment. Participants who had to resist eating chocolate before a task gave up on that task far sooner than those who hadn't been asked to resist anything. The act of resistance, of saying no to something, consumed their mental energy, and that energy was no longer available for the next challenge. This is called ego depletion, and it explains so much. Why you make worse decisions in the evening than in the morning. Why you eat badly when you're stressed. Why you snap at people after a difficult day at work. You didn't run out of character. You ran out of willpower. The solution is not to try harder. The solution is to design your life so that your most important decisions and actions happen early in the day, before your willpower is gone. Exercise in the morning. Do your most important work first. Make your big decisions before lunch. Stop fighting your biology. Work with it. Fact number 5. The people you spend time with are literally reshaping your brain. This is not a metaphor. Your brain contains something called mirror neurons. Cells that fire not just when you perform an action, but when you watch someone else perform it. You literally simulate other people's emotions, behaviors, and thought patterns inside your own brain. This is why spending time with anxious people makes you anxious. Why being around confident people makes you feel more confident. Why a single toxic relationship can slowly dismantle your sense of self. You absorb the people around you. Neurologically, Jim Rohn famously said that you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. He said this as a motivational observation. He had no idea how literally true it was. Look at the 5 people closest to you right now. Their habits, their mindsets, their attitudes toward life. That is your future, unless you choose differently.